Hi, everybody. I'm back with another story that, once again, I feel like is flying under the radar. It should be more national news, but then again, I'm not sure about that. I'll explain it to you at the end. But just a summary up front: a black community in Ohio, 300,000 residents. The neo Nazis did a rally through their neighborhood. The very next day after the neo Nazi rally, the KKK came into the same neighborhood and was putting out flyers. Mind you, this is a majority owned black community. So the KKK was not coming in good faith to rally the troops or recruit or something like that. It's a black community. But let's go ahead and get into the story, and I'll be back shortly after this short clip.
Turn now to one community in Ohio, which is now the center of a growing national debate about civil rights, hate speech, and the Second Amendment. NBC News correspondent and NBC News Now daily anchor Morgan Radford visited the town of Lincoln Heights, where residents have formed an armed community defense group in the wake of a neo-Nazi rally. Morgan joins us now. You were there just on Tuesday. What did the residents tell you about what's going on?
Yeah, I was there just this week. John, it was fascinating because what's interesting is that this town was founded during the Great Migration back in the 20s as a refuge for black citizens, which is why it was especially painful when neo-Nazis suddenly appeared in this 3,000-person majority black town. But they decided to fight back, taking up arms and patrolling their own streets. Now they're at the center of a much larger debate about protection and free speech and who gets it.
These aren't police officers or soldiers.
We're business owners, we're fathers, we're sons, daughters.
These are civilians, members of the Lincoln Heights Safety and Watch program.
It's a duty. Okay, let's go.
The duty, protecting their neighborhood, the majority black village of Lincoln Heights, Ohio. After neo-Nazis held a rally here last month, carrying rifles, waving swastikas, and hurling racial slurs, just moments before children were let out of school. At the time, law enforcement officials said the neo-Nazis did not break any laws, but an investigation by county prosecutors is ongoing. Weeks later, the KKK came with these flyers.
First African-American community above the Mason-Dixon line of staff.
Safety and Watch Group spokesperson Durrance Daniels says the police did not do enough, which was more chilling because the town was founded in the 1920s as a safe haven for black residents.
Lincoln Heights is our home. If somebody broke into your home, you call the police, and the police says, if they do it again, we haven't broken any law, so we're just going to allow them to break into your home again. What would you do?
Are you worried at all that having a potentially armed response could just create more friction, create more danger?
I'll answer that by saying I've never felt safer as a black man in my community than I have right now.
The mayor of Evendale, which oversees the police force that responded that day, said in a statement to NBC News, "Our emphasis on de-escalation and public safety resulted in the incident's resolution without injuries to any of the persons involved." But residents here say they can't afford to wait. Every day, the Safety and Watch Group escorts children to school and patrols the streets.
Why do you all wear masks?
Those Nazis, we have reports of them finding our backgrounds, so we're not hiding ourselves from the residents, but we're protecting our family from what we're doing out here.
While many locals do support the security group, some, like business owner Eric Ruffin, say they wish the group wasn't needed.
We don't want to become what we hate. We don't want to become a group of people that walk around feeling like we have a reason in America to have to protect ourselves.
And this community
Stand up.
Stand up.
is not backing down.
We contacted the mayor of Evendale's office, and they say that prosecutors are looking at body camera footage of the neo-Nazi rally to see if any criminal charges could be filed. But meantime, the Hamilton County Sheriff is also calling on state lawmakers to pass legislation making it a crime to wear a mask with the purpose of intimidation while open carrying, guys.
So I want to speak on Mr. Ruffin's statement. And it's something that the Black community has to get out of their comfort zone of doing. They don't want to escalate by fighting back. This show was based on the premise of they're going to do it anyway. You look at the civil rights movement with the nonviolent protest. We can speak on that at a later date, but it's not the fact that we're now protecting ourselves and we're going into the white community and showing you how we felt when you came with armed people into our Black community. We're not doing that. All we are doing is saying we are protecting ourselves. We are protecting our neighborhood. We are protecting our children. We are protecting our wives. We are protecting our husbands. We're just protecting what's ours, our property, just like you would want to protect yours. So I can see how he would think that we shouldn't have to be this way. But Mr. Ruffin, I would have to say, we've already got here. Now, this second clip that I'm going to show you just put a fine point on what I'm saying is, I know you think this will escalate because now you see a Black community with Black armed people with masks on protecting their neighborhoods. So this could escalate to something different. But this next clip is going to show that the escalation and the permission to do what the neo-Nazis did, what the KKK did, already happened.
So, Morgan, let me ask you, one of the people you interviewed there, a young man, said he's never felt safer in his community than he does now. So this could have an impact nationwide, things like this. I mean, there is a contagion factor in safety. People always seek it. What did the mayor or anybody that you spoke to think about the contagion factor?
Duran's, I don't want to speak for him, but after my conversation with him, I feel like I could confidently say he would say the contagion factor has already happened. Because when I asked, is this a reaction to a local moment or a national movement? And he said, look at January 6th. He said, you already have people felt emboldened to come here locally because of what they saw nationally. If you can hang from the building of the hallowed halls of the Capitol and then be pardoned, not be prosecuted, why don't you think you can come to a small village of African Americans, only 3,000 people?
Morgan, does the group have any real authority? But as long as they stay within the confines of the law, they should be okay.
It's a great question. You know, I asked that basically, are you stopping cars when they come in because you think someone looks suspicious? Is that, you know, profiling in its own sort of way? And they said, no. We are patently aware of what our rights are and what our limitations are. They said, we're not officers. What we do is we are trying to cooperate with the police department. So if we see suspicious activity, because remember the KKK came back with flyers just after this rally. So they're saying this is more of a defensive posture to deter people from entering our community and showing them by virtue of our masks, by virtue of our guns, that you can't come here and we're not going to take this punch lying down.
So all I'm saying is the fight is on several different fronts. We've already discussed this on our other shows, and there are times when you take your best strength to protect yourself from what's about to happen. And in the next 4 years, a lot of things are going to happen, and you're going to have to be prepared for it, either by speaking your truth, either by protesting, either by protecting your neighborhood, either by getting armed, even by getting more knowledge so you can speak out, even going to town hall meetings. Whatever it is your strength is to fight back, you need to start using it. This neighborhood did not sit back and wait for that golden night to come over the hill to protect them. They took matters into their own hands, and I know that's a rash thing to say, but it's not. They took matters into their own hands to protect themselves, just like every American has the right to do. So I will keep up to date on what's going on with this story. If anything else breaks out on it, I will let you know. And until next time, we will see you when we see you. Peace.